Georgetown's Qudus Wahab and Jamorko PickettMary Altaffer, Associated Press The Mecca of basketball, will be at the epicenter of the 2021 men's NCAA tournament bubble Saturday night when Georgetown takes on Creighton at Madison Square Garden for the Big East Championship. For those who haven't been properly indoctrinated in the lexicon of bracketology, here's a phrase you're going to want to get comfortable with for the next 24 hours: bid thief. A bid thief is a team that would not have earned an at-large bid without winning its conference tournament, and that wins that tournament to steal the automatic bid in a conference that had at least one lock to make the NCAA tournament. As a result, the number of spots available to at-large teams shrinks by one. Thus far this week, those bid thieves have been non-existent, which is fantastic news for teams on the bubble. Gonzaga and Loyola-Chicago won the West Coast and Missouri Valley Conference tournaments, as expected. Both the Atlantic 10 and the Mountain West have championship games between teams that were likely to make the big dance anyway. The ACC, Big 12, Big 10 and SEC are all down to teams that were, at worst, on the bubble heading into this week. Oregon State has emerged as a potential bid thief after knocking off Oregon in the Pac-12 semifinals, but we'll see if the Beavers can knock off Colorado. And then there's the Big East, where 12-12 Georgetown is one win away from crashing the party. Let the record show that Georgetown was my sleeper pick to win the Big East tournament. Kindly ignore those Kentucky in the SEC and Stanford in the Pac-12 picks, though. Can't win 'em all. After a brutal 3-8 start to the year was followed by a lengthy COVID-19 pause, the Hoyas won 6 of their final 10 regular season games, including a road victory over Creighton and home wins over Xavier and Seton Hall, that more or less popped those Big East teams' bubbles. The post-COVID breakout of Chudier Bile was the biggest reason I was buying the Hoyas. Chudier BileFrank Franklin II, Associated Press. The transfer from Northwestern State made little impact in Georgetown's first 11 games, but he was arguably the team's most valuable player down the stretch. Out of nowhere, he scored at least a dozen points in 8 out of 10 games, emerging as a key perimeter weapon on both ends of the floor. But, incredibly, the Hoyas have knocked off Marquette, Villanova and Seton Hall without getting much out of Bile on offense. He shot 1 of 11 from the field against the Golden Eagles, finishing with 5 points, 8 rebounds and 2 blocks. Against Villanova, he missed each of his 4 field goal attempts, committed 5 turnovers and fouled out in 21 minutes. In lieu of the guy who had become their leader, everyone else has come through. Jahvon, Blair and Qudus Wahab couldn't miss against Marquette.